What is up, Hybrid Beasts? Bob here with the Hybrid Beast program. For today's True Fan Tuesday, I am going to answer a question by Ringo. Ringo, I know you've commented on a lot of my videos. I appreciate it, and I cannot for some reason find a screenshot of this comment, but Ringo asked what my opinion is on the wake up time for seniors. Okay, like he said, basically he's in this, he's older, he's retired. I always talk about waking up before 5 a.m. What's my thought? Like, should people who are retired, for instance, wake up before 5 a.m.? Okay, and here is my answer, okay? Not just for seniors, but also for like juniors, okay? For like children. Should children be waking up before 5 a.m., okay? And at the end of the day, it's like the actual time that a person wakes up is up to them. Okay, not everybody has to wake up before 5 a.m. But the point I'm trying to make here is actually living your life and not wasting it and not sleeping it away. Okay, so here's the deal. Like, when I was a kid, okay, basically what people would, what kids would do is when they had like a holiday or a weekend or, they had like a summer vacation, they would wake up especially early because they were excited to have time to do things they wanted to do, okay? And, they wanted to use as much of it as possible. And at night, the kids would go to bed early because they'd be wasted from the whole day of running around and playing and laughing and just taking in all that life has to offer. And if I ever saw a kid who was like, staying up all night, doing whatever and sleeping all day and then maybe opening up one eye and be like, oh, don't open up the window, man. I don't let the light in. I just want to lay around all day. I'd be like, man, I'd think that kid was like legitimately mentally ill, like legitimately sick, like legitimately, like there's something wrong with him that he's depressed and he doesn't want to live life because this is supposed to be the wonder years. Like, what the fuck? These are the wonder years for him. And he's just going to sleep it away. That would be disgusting for me. Honestly, these days, I don't know what it's like with kids. I don't know because kids never leave the house anymore. They never play. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is what life is like. And if it is, it's disgusting. Okay. Because at the end of the day, time is all that you have. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's talk about what this is like with, an older person. Like, these are your golden years. You know that you are going to die. You know that like you at some point, you're not going to have the opportunity to wake up in the morning and experience life. Okay. So there is a massive difference between somebody who stays up all night fucking around on TV and sleeps all day and the other kind of senior who wakes up in the morning and meets with friends. The other kind of senior who wakes up in the morning and like learns something, for instance, my grandfather, okay, had a very overbearing wife, okay, very, very bad existence because of this overbearing wife. And when she died, he suddenly like woke up. Like, he would get up in the morning, which he did his whole life because he had a simple job as a manual laborer, but he would basically wake up in the morning and he would have breakfast out with a couple of his buddies, like a couple of his old army buddies, and then like, other war veterans, and like, I think there was a woman or so there that was like widowed, and they would basically all just hang out and have breakfast and tell stories. Okay. And that was his reason to get up in the morning and go out there. And then he'd go, oh, I have to go ahead and I have to take care of this. Like, I have to check the mail, or I have to do this, or I have to do this. And it kind of gave his life a little bit of structure. Okay. When you think about something like that as compared to like somebody who basically just like sleeps all day, like, what's the difference between somebody who sleeps all day and a drug addict? Like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking drink, and then I'm going to, wake up, and I'm going to be hungry after I passed out, and then I'm just going to go ahead and eat something, and then I'm going to drink some more, and then I'm going to pass out again. And like, time has no meaning. It's like at some point, basically, it's like you just sleep all day, and I woke up at 9 and ate something and then passed out again at 12. And like, where is the life in this? Okay. So like I said, I'm not exactly saying that you need to like wake up, at like 5 in the morning, but I do think that no matter how young or how old you are, how no responsibilities you have, like I said, like a retired person or a kid, neither one of them have like responsibilities where they have to be at work or at school at a certain time. Neither one of them has like a family they have to take care of. I have to take the kids to school or something. I mean, if you're 5 years old, you're not taking kids to school. And if you're 65 years old, you're probably not taking kids to school, okay? And if you are 65 and taking kids to school, guess what? That's one of the reasons that you're staying young, okay? So like I said, that's basically just my thought. It's like, if you sleep your life away, like, and life has no meaning, okay, and life has no structure, it's like, there's really very small line between that and being a bum on the street who's addicted to crack, who basically just wakes up in the morning and does a little bit of crack or heroin or drinks something and then passes out and then begs for some money and buys a sandwich and buys some beer and then gets drunk again. It's like there's no structure to your life. So yeah, I certainly do think that everybody needs to have things that they're that they care about, things that are important to them. And that could be, like I said, hanging out with, old war veterans and talking shit. That could be a little kid waking up in the morning and like, I have to watch the Smurfs. I remember when I was a kid, I know 90 minutes is an hour and a half because the Smurfs were on for 90 minutes, according to TV Guide, and that was an hour and a half, and every Saturday I got up and I looked forward to getting up and doing that. And then after that, I had to play Army. Then after that, I ate. And then after that, I went out with the kids and I played with them. And, I had like my little structure, okay? And like I said, I think no matter how young or how old you are, you need to have some kind of a structure. Like, do something. Like when I go to Barnes & Noble sometimes to work at the cafe, like I will see a bunch of old guys and they're sitting there every day at like 9 in the morning. They're just reading a magazine or they're reading a book or something. And they're like, hey, Ted, how's it going there? Hey, man, what's up, bro? It's like, see, you're reading your book. I see you're reading your magazine. Like they have a life. They have a reason to get up and they have a reason to go places. They wake up, they take a shower, because like I said, at some point, like you're literally just a drug addict or an alcoholic. Like, if I'm just going to sit around all day and do nothing and have no structure to my life, why should I ever take a shower? Maybe I'll go 2-3 days without taking a shower. Maybe I'll go 2-3 days without eating. Maybe I'll go 2-3 days, and just drink all day. Why shouldn't I just drink all day? Why should I do drugs? Like at some point you need to have some kind of a structure in your life. So like I said, have like, a time when you go to bed, a time when you wake up. It doesn't have to be 9 at night and it doesn't have to be 5 in the morning, but have a bedtime, have a wake up time, have a structure, hang out with people, do a class somewhere, have a time when you go for your walk, have a time when you go to the gym, have a time when you go to the cafe, have a time when you do things. And that is going to like seriously improve your quality of life. Because other than that, you're like literally just waiting to die, which as a retiree is pathetic because you should know how precious time is the older you get. But if you're a kid and you're literally just waiting to die, like you stay up all night playing video games, sleep all day, and then just sit around and play video games and never leave the house and never do anything and never get excited, never have any structure, like what kind of a life is this kid going to have if he's not excited about anything? And the answer is he's probably going to have the kind of life that most people do these days, which is why, once again, the 99% of the people, everything about them sucks. They hate their lives. They're fucking miserable. And the top 1% are like squeezing the fucking core essence out of life. And that's why they're succeeding. So anyway, you asked, these are my 2 cents. Okay. Like I said, have some kind of a structure in like from nighttime to go to bed, morning to wake up. Certain things you do on a certain schedule, certain people you meet with on a certain schedule. And that's the only way that you're going to keep your appreciation for life. And that's the only way you're going to really enjoy and get the most out of life and not be basically a drug addicted person who's in this fog of not taking showers and not leaving the house and not doing a goddamn thing and not knowing where the time went. Because what the hell is the point to being alive if you're like just going to waste your life like that? Anyway, weird kind of thing maybe, you might say, but like I said, I do want everybody to understand that the best way to live life is to actually go to bed early, get up early, and live your life and have a schedule and have things you want to accomplish, no matter how old or how young you are. Let me know down below if you kind of like this or if you agree, disagree, whatever. I don't know. Aside from that, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.